Hello. I am so excited to film this video. So my husband and I, we went to the doctor yesterday, and we got back kind of late. We spent the day just kind of together, and it was very good. It was very good. So he went in, the doctors, got him hooked up to an IV, and they put him under, and they wheeled him out to surgery to kind of look inside, because they were concerned that he had cancer. And there's not a scarier word in the world to me. And they were actually doing the procedure that my dad had when they found out that he had that tumor and it was terminal. And I had known that he had had some issues and that he was getting doctors to look at him, and he didn't phrase it to me in a way that made it click what exactly that they were doing until maybe 4 or 5 days before yesterday. And they said, why don't you wait in the chapel, and when he's done, and we'll come in and we'll kind of explain to you if we found anything or what exactly is going on. And so I sat in the chapel and prayed a lot, and it was nice because I was all by myself in there. That was really nice. But then the doctor came in and he sat down and he said that they found nothing that was extremely concerning. They found a couple of things that they took samples of, and they're going to send them off for testing. But they didn't find what they were afraid that they would find. And so I about started crying. I basically cried happy tears like the entire day yesterday. And I am just so thankful, and I'm so blessed. My husband is my best friend, and he's like my favorite person on the entire planet. And I am so thankful that I get to keep him. And they're going to run some more tests. They want to look in some other areas higher up on his body. They were looking mostly in his stomach yesterday, and so they're going to look at some higher up areas because there's still some concern over some of the symptoms that he has. So I'm just so blessed. And my in-laws were thankfully they took the kids that day, and they took them out to a national park, and they hiked around, and they saw frogs and egrets, and then they took them to a toy store. So the kids were taken care of all day, which was nice, and I could just spend time with him. And we celebrated afterwards. We went to our favorite creamery, and we got some great sandwiches. We had kind of a picnic, and it was like the perfect day. My kids are playing in the other room. They're being kind of loud. It was like the perfect day. And so I am just the most thankful person in the entire world. And I thought, what a great way to celebrate good news and to kind of alleviate that heaviness that had been just permeating my life the last week or so, by giving you guys a video all about our new baby chicks. So please meet our 2 baby turkeys. And then we have 6. There's 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6 bantams. And I have no idea what type of bantams these are. And so I'm excited to see what they look like as they grow up. Obviously, just because she's different, this little white one is my favorite one. And they're straight runs. I'm not exactly sure what is going to be a girl or what is going to be a boy. I'm hoping that these two turkeys are a girl and a boy, but you never know with straight runs. So they are so cute. Some of them have feathers on their legs. Some of them do not. And I was a little bit concerned about having the turkeys in with these bantams, because I mean, bantams are going to be the little banties. They're the littlest of the chicks, right? And turkeys are like the biggest of the chicks, basically. I mean, we're going to get goslings very soon, but right now this is the biggest we've ever had. And I was a little bit worried about the turkeys kind of picking on the banties, and so far it has not been a problem at all. I mean, sometimes the turkeys will step on them, but they don't seem upset about that at all. And look at him perching. So I love having the chicks in the house with us, but normally we keep our baby chicks out in the nursery, and we get this heat lamp, and it's very good for them. They love being outside, and there's a lot of grass, and I don't have to worry about the temperature too much now, because we're beyond the time of needing to be worried about frosts at night. I just wanted to keep them in here with us because I was a little bit concerned about the turkeys and the bandies. So I have the heat lamp here, and I'm not too concerned about whether or not I lift it up or I keep it down, because with the windows open in here, I want them to have a really warm spot that they can sit in. And I know that the turkeys are going to need it at a different height than the banties. And what they do is they just end up self-regulating. So if they're feeling warm, like this baby right here, they lay on the outside edge of the heat. And so if they start getting a little bit more chilly, you'll see them kind of come in a little bit more. But there's enough space here that they can really get away from the heat lamp if they need to, or they can really get under the heat lamp if they want to, okay? Also, what we like to do is we like to go get chunks of grass, and we keep the dirt on underneath the grass. We just get, I guess it's a clump of sod, and we really like doing that because the chicks just love pecking through that. Last night you should have seen, it was like a cattle trough. They were all around the edges of it with their heads buried inside, just pecking at it. And then they like to sit on top of the grass too. And so I feel like that gives them some extra nutrients, some stuff that they would find naturally in the wild if they were outside doing their thing. I also like to keep the water on top of a little tray like this, and they have no trouble hopping up onto this tray. But this prevents the water from getting all these wood chips into it and getting really dirty really fast. Another thing about the water is I like to give a homemade apple cider vinegar. I put some of that in the water, and that really helps with any chances of like pasty butt or stuff like that with the chicks. And so that's what I do for those. And then there's the food. I really like to put sticks in here so that they can practice their perching. Especially the turkeys, I've noticed, really like to be on top. And our kids absolutely adore baby chicks. And so it was also a treat for them to have them in the house with us because the kids are very gentle with them, and they're really great stewards of these birds. And so they like to hold them and let them fall asleep in their lap and things like that. And I think that that's an important part of childhood if you're going to be raised on a homestead, to be able to cuddle and take care of the baby animals. And so this has just been a fabulous experience so far, and I'm glad that I was able to rescue these guys from Tractor Supply and potentially being thrown out. And I am just really, really pleased with the way that this is going. Enough about all of that. Let's just see the baby chicks. honestly never had turkeys before, especially baby chick turkeys. And so I am surprised at how much they love companionship. And these turkeys, if there's not a person in the room with them, they will just cry and cry and cry and cry. And so last night my husband was laying in bed with me, and we hear the turkey just squeaking and squawking and wanting somebody to be with it. And he mumbles, he's like, whose idea was it to get turkeys? And he loves them just as much as I do. He's actually a bigger softie when it comes to animals than me, but they are persistent when they want to be with somebody. This is the sound the turkeys make whenever we're not in the room with them. There she is. She's looking around for us. Hey there, sweetheart. Now she stops. We have other babies coming, and let me show you what I mean. We have a new egg incubator, which I am so excited about. And on here it gives us how many days until the chicks are going to hatch. It gives us what the temperature is inside, and it gives us what the humidity level is. And so it is a automatic rotating egg hatching situation incubator, and that takes out a lot of the hassle. And I love that you're easily able to put water into it with this little button right here. You don't have to take the top off, and it's clear on top, which is nice because my kids are really interested in what's going on with these. Yesterday, we took the babies, turkeys, just the turkeys. We don't think that the banties are big enough yet. We took the baby turkeys outside for the first time, so let me show you what happened with that.
What do you guys think? Okay. A little breezy. They were wanting to peck around at things themselves, but they enjoy some grass. So he doesn't actually hit him with his feet.
I taught them how to do this.
Move over here so the sun will shine on them. Here we go.
Maybe like yes.
Is that Indian?